Graphic designer Saulbass was born in 1920 in the Bronx, New York. He is well known for Master of Film title design. He studied at the Art Student League in New York and Brooklyn College. After he graduated from college, he worked as a freelance graphic designer. In 1946, he decided to leave New York to LA to find a way to combine intuitive imagination and a few years of working experience in New York. In LA, he worked as an art director. Before anyone in the film industry, Bass recognized the importance of the movie's first moment. He invented the idea of titling movie either at the beginning or end, with sequences that added something in highly symbolic and evocative way, and also created the print graphic identification for films.
Herblubalin was one of the most influential graphic designers in the 20th century. He was born in 1918 in the United States. When he was a child, he was a complete weakling and he was colorblind. While he was in high school, he shows no inclination towards a graphic designer. He entered the Cooper Union at the age of 17. He was struck by the difference in interpretation one could impose by changing from one typeface to another. After he graduated, he had a difficult time finding work. He worked at advertising company, and then he worked for Stuller and Hennessy. He practiced his considerable skills in typographic and photographic in there. He worked there for 20 years before leaving to start his own company.
These are some of his work for design moving posters. You see the poster in the middle has blue and black colors. Preminger, who was the film director, invited Bass to design a poster for his film. This was the very first job offer for designing movie poster for Bass. Later on, Preminger impressed by the result of the poster, so that he asked Bass to create a film title sequence for his film. In 1958, Bass got an offer from Alfred Hitchcock. That is a poster in the left. The poster in the bottom was created by 1958. Bass again worked for Hitchcock, the movie called Anatomy of the Murder. Bass broke traditional film posters. He used jagged print objects, such as jagged arm, as you see the poster of the man with the golden arm, and also used the broken type font. His bold, confident lines and the use of simple image represent his artwork. Not only Bass designed a poster or create the film's title sequence, but also he designed for corporate identity, from AT&T to United Airlines. His logo design is still recognizable today.
Llewellyn became best known designer for his work with the succession of magazines published by Lev Ginsberg, which is Eros, Fact, and Avant-Garde. Eros was a quality production with no advertising, and the large format made it look like a book rather than magazine. It was printed on different paper, and the editorial design was some of the greatest that Llewellyn ever did. Avant-garde was a visual happening, the expression of the social and cultural flux with American society as influenced by the anti-war movement. It was coupled with the Llewellyn's layout, which caught the attention of many in the New York design scene. The magazine would employ the full-page typographic title, which at the time was a largely new idea. The graphic strength of the No More War originally an advertisement for Avant-Garde that featured block letters forming the pattern of the un-American flag, and It has a bold black point at the end, and it was one of the most iconic graphic visual statements issued during the Vietnam War era. The Valiant design logo of the avant-garde. It consisted of tight-fitting letter forms. In order to design the logo, he released ITC Avant-Garde from his International Typeface Corporation in 1970s. It remains highly influential in typographic design. As the art director of the fact, the Valiant reinvented the notion of the quietude. What he did with the black and white, text-dominated periodical was give new meaning to the word classical. All the visual elements was toned down to 0 decibel. It was the most eye-catching minimalism anyone had seen.